Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Julie Kay with a 1920s themed junk journal. Thanks again for stopping by my channel, and today I have a 1920s themed junk journal to share with you guys. And a while back on one of the Facebook groups there was a swap going on for a 1920s themed junk journal, and I really wanted to participate in it, but due to timing with my work schedule and some other things, I wasn't able to participate. But I decided to go ahead and create one of my own journals after the fact. So this is the journal that I created in the 1920s theme. I did use a kit from Ivy Shutters called Speakeasy. And so my journal does have 4 signatures. It is really fat. And it does measure 5.5 this way, 8 inches long, and the spine is 2.5. So it is a pretty wide journal. And then the back side, again, I just left it pretty plain. I just have my signature, and I put a little bit of bling here on the side. And then on this side there is an eyelet to hold my ribbon. And then on this side I used a piece of jewelry that I had cut up to use as my closure. And at some point I really hope to add some sort of blue seam binding instead of this gold, but I had this gold ribbon right now in my stash, so I added it on there. But I'll either dye some of my white seam binding blue or see if I can find some, because I'd rather have it be seam binding than this ribbon, but it works for now to hold it shut. So on the cover I just have some layered cardstock that's kind of blue and gold pattern, and I thought it matched the dress that this lady had on quite perfectly, so that's why I went with that for the background. I do have a die cut in the background, and it's out of gold, and I got that die cut from Sheila, who is Art of Life Sheila, so thank you for that, Sheila. I am using your die cuts in some of my stuff. And then I added some blue bling right here to the side, and then also on the back side right here. So to open it, you just kind of squeeze it here, and then this just hooks over the piece of jewelry right there that I had. Or you could untie it too. Like I said, in the future I'm going to change that to blue as soon as I find something blue that I like, you know, some seam binding either that I'll dye or purchase. The little image of the lady here does come from that Ivy Shutters kit that I did cut out, and I did layer her on a piece of chipboard first before I cut her out, just to give her a little bit more stability. And at some point I am trying to find some sort of flower that'll go up here. I did have a flower made out of some feathers, but it was way too big, so I'm still digging through my stash because I do think it needs something else up in the corner here. So like I said, it's almost completed journal. When you open it, I did leave the inside plain here. I just did add some little trim that I had in my stash right here, and this is just some gold glitter paper that I had. Here's part of that Ivy Shutters kit, and the only thing I did was add a punched out star up here. And this is one of the things I am going to, after Christmas this year, I use a lot of gold paper in my Christmas projects. So once I have some more gold paper scraps, I am going to punch out some more of these stars and put more stars throughout the book. But I just used up the scraps that I had when I did the covers, inside covers for now. I did add some of this trim to the edges, and I'm not quite sure where I got it. I've had it in my stash for a long time, but I thought it was kind of pretty with the gold. Here's part of that paper kit. There is some lined paper in that Ivy Shutters kit, so I did back all the images with some of the lined paper. And the kit did come with some journal cards and some envelopes, I believe, so I do have that throughout here. So here's a little pocket that I created with some paper that I had in my stash. I do have some images, and I think it's from Artistic Outpost is the name of the rubber stamp company, and then also some Graphic 45 ones that do kind of have a 1920s look to them, so I did use those throughout the journal. I did have this paper that looked like it was kind of 1920s Art Deco themed, and so what I did here is I just cut around some of the diamonds just to give it a little shape and more interest. I did ink all my edges in gold ink. On this side, like I said, I still have room for lots of stuff to tuck in here yet. So I'll just use this as I go throughout the journal, but there is a tuck spot right here. I do have videos out there on no leftover scraps, and so this was one of the embellishments I created for my video series, No Leftover Scraps, and so I did use it in this journal. That's graphic 45 paper that I used there, and I added the word Be Original. Right here I had some really pretty gold paper that I added. This is some velvet leftover paper that I had, or some suede paper. Again, I used a piece that, I had cut out from here. Those diamonds, so I have some of these kind of throughout the journal. Right there I do have a little tuck spot behind this piece, so if I wanted to tuck something behind there I could. In this pocket I did create this little journal card using some of the ephemera pieces from the Speakeasy kit. I really like how that one turned out, and it just I just did some layering on the back with some die cuts on that. Some stamping, and I did add a paper bag in this journal, so there is spots to tuck stuff. It does open on the side. Then here I created a pocket right here to stick stuff. And so I did have some pictures that I had printed out a long time ago from a different 1920s themed paper thing that I had done, a little flip book, and so since I had still some of those pictures left, I stuck some of those in here. And then here's one tag when I went through my stash. I don't know where it came from, but it looks like, some of the dress styles that the women had in the 1920s, so I did add that little piece in there. I did some stenciling, and I just used some gold ink. On the camera it might kind of show up as yellow, but it is gold, and it's shimmery ink that I had. It was some pigment ink that I had. And with pigment ink, when you use that in your journal, you do want to make sure that you dry it thoroughly, because it will smudge if you don't heat it with a heat tool, or you put embossing powder over it. So again, some more stenciling on the corners. The paper that I chose to use this time, it does kind of have, and I'll hold it up close, but it's not white paper. It's kind of like an oatmeal colored paper, and I didn't dye it, but it does look like it's, it's not stark white like the back of this. So it does have a little bit of a vintage feel to it, but I decided not to coffee dye any of the pages in this journal, just in case I wanted to put pictures in it. Here I have like a little bag, little gift bag that's in here with the gold dots on it, and I decorated it up with some die cuts, and I put You Are the Bee's Knees and the little top hat and some eyelash trim, and again you can stick some sort of ephemera inside of here. When you flip it over, here's one of the pieces from the Speakeasy kit, so I just layered it up. I stamped the word style, and I think that came from the graphic 45 stamp set, and then there is a tuck spot behind here too. Here is a flip up pocket right here, and I stamped the word Simply Stunning on the inside of there. I did some layering up with the word elegant. I have some little bling right here. This is a feather die cut that I got from Shonda, who is Slim Cards. And I just cut that out of, I had some glossy paper that I did some gold spray webbing on. I was just playing around with. So I just die cut that out. Thought that looked cute. I added some gold trim up here. Another one of the journal cards from the set. And then here's a little envelope that I made. I haven't stuck anything in there yet, but a little envelope pocket. Some more stamping. Here's the middle of the signature, and here again I use those gold stars for my ends of my signature string right there. I like how that turned out. Right here, this is part of the kit, and then I added the little frame around it, and I did put acetate on it, so you could stick something in here, a tag down the road. I just don't have anything right now, but if you don't, you can still, it looks like it's part of the page, even though it was an embellishment that I added to it. Right here is kind of a side envelope that I did. You can have a tuck spot right here. But what's kind of cool about this, and I learned this from Lori W. here on YouTube. She had a mini album that she did this with, and she used it so you could put pictures on it, but you pull this out and it actually comes out, and then you would like put pictures on these pieces. But again, I learned that from Lori W. here on YouTube, and I think I will probably down the road make a little quick tutorial on how I created this for those guys that want to learn how I did that. And then you could also tuck something, either flip it open and write on here or add a picture. Here's the back side of that little envelope, and I do have it, I did make this loose, so you could tuck something here, and then of course inside here. And then this, I have a little paper clip that's shaped like a music note here, and then it does open and say Simply Stunning, and I just added that little paper clip just because it kept on popping open right there. A die punch, or a punch from my stash. Here's another little envelope or paper bag pocket. You can stick something in here. Can also pocket right here. I have another one of those little 1920s themed pictures. On the back side, I did decorate with some of my graphic 45 paper. This envelope here does open up to stick something in. I don't have anything in there right now. And then also a tuck behind it. Some more stenciling. Here I added the word shine up on top. I have a little die cut and a stamp of a little diamond, so I die cut and stamped the little diamond. I added the word sparkle. Here's a little tag from the Speakeasy kit, so I just punched her out on the corners and added, she looked like she had a little diamond behind her, so that's why I put that diamond there and added the word sparkle. And again, you could tuck something behind her. Right here I have a side tuck, and that came from Graphic 45, and it was actually just an envelope, so I just wrapped it around both sides so that you could stick something on that side and on this side of the paper. Just more of the paper collection. Down here you can tuck something down here into this piece that says glitter, sparkle, and shine. I added a punched star right there, some more stenciling. Then I have a rubber stamp. That Artistic Outpost company has a stamp that says The Flapper, and so it talks about what a flapper looks like. So I just created a little pocket right here for that. Another little gift bag pocket there. Right here it says Ooh La La. Here was a die that I got from Shonda, the little perfume bottle. It's one of those Downton Abbey dies. It is a pocket, so you can stick something right in here. And then you can open it up, and then there's spots to journal. It says elegant and then style. Some more rubber stamping. Here's a tuck spot. Paper bag again with spots to stick stuff on the inside. And then here I created a little pocket again with some graphic 45 paper, and here I used a little border punch. One of the pieces from the Speakeasy kit, and again I just, it's not really a corner rounder, but it's a deco edged one that I used there. Again, another of the gold pieces that I got from Sheila. I created a pocket so you can stick something in there. Here I created a belly band. And so this does come out. And so I just did some eyelash trim and then another piece from the kit, and I added the word beautiful to it. And then I had this little bead trim right here that I added at the bottom. Some more of that kind of Art Deco paper that I cut out just to add interest. And I didn't add anything to this, but when I punch out some more of those stars, I'll probably add some stars on here. Here's a Spellbinders die that I had that I cut out, and you can add like some sort of sentiment or something up there, or if whatever you're journaling about, or if you add a photo here, you can put a title on it, but you can also make it into a tuck spot if you want. Another banner tuck spot up here using graphic 45 paper. The middle of that signature. Again, another little pocket with acetate. And I did get this, it's not a new idea, but I was inspired by some of the journals that Kim, who is Serene Bookworks, she has a few pockets that she's done with the acetate. So that's why you see a couple of these in here. I watched one of her videos and she had done that, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that with my journals. So I got that inspiration from her for that. Another tuck spot. This one just says "Life is Beautiful." More of that paper. Here's another die cut from Sheila that I just glued down. Little pocket right here to stick something. And again, you can stick something inside the envelope. Did some more stamping and some stenciling. Here I created a side pocket. And again, I'm going to add some of those stars once I punch out some more. I'm just waiting to use some more of my gold paper, and I'm kind of stingy about my gold paper, so I won't punch out the stars until I've used it on a card or some other project, and then I'll use the scraps to punch out the stars. Again, a little bag that I stuck in here that you can stick something, you know, stick some ephemera in there. Here's a side pocket, and again, I stuck one of those pictures in here. And I just did some layering on that little side pocket. I'll hold it up closer so you guys can see. But again, punched out some of those triangles from here with some eyelash trim and did some layering behind it. And I have the word classy right here. And these actually came from some background paper that had a whole bunch of different words on it. So I just cut out that word classy. Some more stamping. Some of the line paper from the kit. Now I'm on to the third signature. Here I have a little pocket behind here, and then this does open up. And then I have stamped a little sheet of paper that says Jazz Age inside there. And that was a pre-bought little envelope type thing. I got it off of the clearance rack somewhere. Some more stamping. Like right here I did add a star on this page because I still had enough stars left over after I did the middle signature pieces. Right here is a little tuck spot. Just of a little embellishment piece. Another flag piece that I have right here for a banner. Another little side pocket tuck right here that I created. Again, it's just pieces from the Speakeasy kit where I layered up with some die cuts, and you know, I added trim and the eyelash trim. Kind of the same thing here. And then this one right here, again, I layered up some of the pieces from the Speakeasy kit. Here, that little paper says Spiffy on it. And it does open up so you can journal here and also here. You can add ephemera pieces to the inside of the bag here. On the back side, it's a pocket, and I just added one of those pictures. Right here, I have kind of another little bottom tuck spot, and it just says, "I don't want to live. I want to love first and live incidentally." And that was just from some stamp set from one of the 1940s or 1920s theme stamp sets that I talked about. That just came from that. I layered up a Prima butterfly with some of that gold eyelash trim that was left over. Some more stamping. Here's another one of those bags, and here I just have some gold trim. And again, you can layer or tuck something in there. This one I did glue down, I guess. Here was one of the envelopes that was in the kit, so you can stick some of those journaling cards in there. And then for this one, I just chose to make it kind of into a flap so that you could open it up. You could journal here or add a picture, and same with here. So just adding a little bit of extra room. Some stenciling, part of the kit pages. Here's the middle of the signature, and again, I just used the little punch with the star on it. Some more stenciling in the corners. That feather die cut from Shonda, that's Downton Abbey die. You can add ephemera in the pockets here. It's just another one of those little gift bags that I just cut off the end. I just added some punched out paper from some paper collection that I had. It was just some corner embellishments. Another little envelope tuck spot. In this one I have the word charming in the middle, and again I just cut that out from a piece of scrapbooking paper. And then those Downton Abbey die, or no, this is a Spellbinders die of some champagne glasses that I added right there. And then the back side again, I used that Downton Abbey perfume bottle. I cut out the word exquisite from some scrapbooking paper, and this one does flip up this time, and so I did do a rubber stamped image right there and here, so you can journal up here and then journal down here. I'm going to decorate with some of those star punches once I have some more gold paper to punch out, but this is a tuck spot, and also it does flip up. Some more stamping, and then right on this side, you know, I did the cutting around the diamond pieces right here, but then I flipped that piece over and then also made a little pocket right here with it. A die cut from my stash that I just added there. Here's one of the gold die pieces I got from Sheila, so I just layered a piece of black paper behind it and glued it down, so I had a little nice side tuck right here. And the last signature, this is just a pocket. Again, I just did some layering up with one of the pieces from the Speakeasy kit. I added the die cut word love and a little gem that I had. So I have a pocket right here, and then a pocket right here behind it. And then I had some trim right there, and this is a die cut right here in the background. It's a Spellbinders die. Some more stamping. More of that paper that I cut out, and like I said, I'm going to add some more stars and embellishments on there as I get more 1920s theme stuff. Here's a little pocket that I created. And on this piece right here, it was part of that bigger like Art Deco Spellbinders piece that I had, this gold one right here, and it didn't cut out very good, so what I ended up doing is just salvaging it and just taking the top half of the die cut off and adding it to this pocket just for more decoration. Otherwise I probably would have used it in its whole form, but it didn't cut out very good for me. Another piece from that Speakeasy kit, and I put the word debonair, and again I just cut that out of a piece of paper, scrapbooking paper. There's a tuck spot behind here, and then again in the pocket. You know, a lot of these elements are kind of repeating themselves, I just decorate them differently. And then these two little champagne glasses were part of the Downton Abbey dies that I added there. And that says lavish. Some more stamping on the side, and I inked all my edges, like I said, in gold. A side tuck spot. Then you can add a embellishment here or ephemera here, and then also inside the bag. Here I had this, my mom found this little piece of trim at the thrift store. It's really pretty, so I added that. And I saved a piece because if I ever do like a gypsy themed junk journal, I'm going to hopefully remember I have that piece also to add to that. But you can just stick stuff in there. A little paper piece that I had that said shine bright like a diamond, and the word shine here I punched out, and I used it earlier in the journal somewhere. It was just some ephemera that I bought at the store, and then tuck spot. I added the little star right there to that piece. The middle of the signature again with the stars. Some more stamping. And here I have a tuck spot up here, and then also a tuck spot down here on that one. I still need to decorate a little bit more on that one. It's a little plain. But I'll come up with something, like I said, as I have some more items to put in it. Stick something in here. This is a graphic 45 piece, so I did make it so I could stick something behind here, and then I can also stick a tag inside of the little pocket. Here's a little side tuck, and then here was the other envelope or pocket that was included in the Speakeasy kit, so you can stick the journaling cards in there, and I just tucked it behind here for now. Little pocket right here, I added a little feather. It does say divine. Another one of those 1920s pictures. another piece from the Speakeasy kit, and it was like a little journaling card or tag, and so I just die cut it out, and then this is one of the Downton Abbey frames that I put over that piece. And this one does have a little pocket here, so I can put something right behind here, and again in this pocket right here too, you can stick stuff. Here's a little side pocket and tuck, and then also a flip. So there's the pocket, and then you can stick something underneath this ribbon also. And then this does flip open, and so I did stamp that word Jazz Age again, so then you can journal in here too. Another one of those Downton Abbey feather dies. I really think those are cute, so I had a few of those throughout here. Some more of that paper that I cut out. It was double-sided, so one side was this purple, and then the other side was that diamonds. Then here I just added, it's a Spellbinders die, and it's a fountain. So I just cut that out of gold, and then I layered it on some black cardstock, and then I glued it down on the bottom to make it into a tuck spot. Here was another die cut that I had. It's kind of like an Art Deco looking thing. So I cut that out, and then I layered this little circle piece on top of it. And that just came from some sort of ephemera kit, scrapbooking kit. And it's a tuck spot, so you can tuck something in there. Some more stamping, some more lined paper from the kit, and then that's the last page. And again, I left this blank right here. The back of my cover again is pretty plain with just the bling down the side. And then again, to close it, I just have that bow tied right here, and it'll just hook around that little jewelry piece. Again, so that is my 1920s themed journal. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.